Good morning. Welcome to the John Mendola Show here on WILK. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. 10:03 in the morning as we talk local sports each and every Saturday morning, and, of course, talk about our area teams that are doing some great stuff, the high school level, of course, on the college level as well. 81 right now in Pittston Township is just wet. Of course, some of the side roads, not too shabby, but do be careful while you're driving out there. And let's start things off and talk a little University of Scranton women's basketball. Trevor Woodruff, the head coach, joining us this morning. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, John.
Well, nice tournament going on this weekend, and always nice when you're hosting. You're not traveling through this stuff too far, and it is that weekend for you and your team.
Yeah, we're excited. It's obviously the weather rarely cooperates. We've got teams coming in from Maine, from New Jersey, and Virginia. So we get everybody here safe. I think we'll have a great event starting off tonight at 6 and 8 o'clock.
Let's talk about this team 8-0 right now and doing everything that you thought you would this year as far as getting out there and getting some victories, and really a talented team that you have back this year. And you brought in a couple of freshmen that, of course, are paying some dividends as well.
Yeah, we're pretty happy with the roster. We think we've got a good mix of both veterans and youth. With the late start last year, getting to Scranton in September, recruiting was a concern. But we feel good about what we were able to do, and I think that shows. If you see our team, we've got 3 freshmen in the top 8, along with Bridgette, Mann, who's just a sophomore. So there's some very talented young players to go along with the veterans, who of course are who we center everything around.
Let's talk about that young lady from Hazleton area. That was a great athlete, a multi-sport athlete there at Hazleton area at a really big school, and she wanted to kind of stay local, and boy, it was a great fit.
Sure was. I mean, we fell in love with Mackenzie the first time we had a chance to see her play. She's a tremendous athlete, as you said, probably even better person. Just all the way around, she's the type of kid you want to have in your program. Just got her grades back, like a 3.8 first semester academically. So she just does things the right way. She's very coachable, very talented, and we're fortunate to have her. And probably the thing that I love the best about her is she's just a winner. Everything she does, she figures out a way to not just do it, but do it very, very well.
Let's talk about that inside game this year. You have a lot of experience back in that area, and we'll talk to some of those young ladies from your team coming up here shortly. But let's talk about the inside ball game there for the U.
Yeah, well, no secret. After the year they had last year, both Alexix Roman and Sarah Payonk came back, and the expectations for the two of them are very high. Both preseason All-Americans. In different teams depending on the publication, but we try to keep it real simple and run our offense through them. We try to get them as many touches as possible, and they're a handful. The greatest thing about them probably is that their strengths and weaknesses fit perfectly with each other. Sarah is tremendous from 15 feet, excellent passer, and Alexix is just a handful down around the basket. So they play off of one another very well. And I think the other thing, not just the two of them, we have some tremendous depth inside, and our backup people have done a great job when Alexix and Sarah have come off the floor.
We're talking with Trevor Woodruff, talking, of course, about the University of Scranton women's basketball team, who is undefeated. And Coach, as far as this weekend and getting in that talent, as you said, teams traveling from different places, it's going to be a high level of competition.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. I think, we start off today with Washington and Lee, who's, have been a good program. And, coming in tonight, their record isn't maybe where it has been in the past, but their schedule has been brutal. I've played some very, very good teams. So I expect tonight's game is going to be very competitive, and we're going to have to play very well to win. And then, on the other side, Richard Stockton is a top 25 caliber team with some All-American type players themselves. So if that were to be the matchup moving forward, I think tomorrow's game, if we're fortunate to advance, could be one of the best of the year.
Well, Trevor, we appreciate you taking some time and joining us this morning. People can get out to the Long Center and check out the University of Scranton women's basketball. We're going to check in with the ladies after we take a commercial break. But thank you again, Trevor. We look forward to talking to you a few more times this year.
Thanks, John, and Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Thank you very much. All right, Merry Christmas, of course, to Trevor Woodruff and everybody out there. And, of course, hope you're out there traveling safely. Weather looks like right now it's over, so we'll probably get some more stuff coming in. But 81, again, as I said, looked from my vantage point just wet. So, again, get out there and do the stuff you're supposed to do, but do it cautiously. 10:08 here at WILK. We have got a lot of basketball we're going to talk about. Of course, our basketball preview magazine ready to go in just a couple of days. We'll be getting that out to all the locations. Of course, we appreciate the local businesses supporting it, and we'll get that out to you in just a few days. So, again, our basketball preview magazine of all the teams from the Lackawanna and the Wyoming Valley Conferences. Still more basketball to talk about. Got a little football we're going to talk about as well coming up here on the show. How about Brian Shore's performance last night for James Madison? Not too shabby. They knocked off the number one team. So we'll get a little perspective from Coach Keith Olsemer coming up here on the show, and we'll continue that basketball conversation as well. Let's take a time out. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent break. Jeremy Baczynski, like a good neighbor, Jeremy Baczynski is there. We'll be back here on WILK. Welcome back to the John Mendola Show here on WILK. 10:12 in the morning, continuing the conversation. The University of Scranton Lady Royals, as we're going to talk with some of those women getting ready to play tonight. Of course, nice little tournament going on, the Hilton Scranton Poinsettia Classic. Alexix Roman, a senior, joining us now. And Alexis, welcome in.
Hi, thank you.
Well, you are a senior, a lot of experience. As Coach Woodruff mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, a preseason All-American. And it's nice having a friend there in Bridgette Mann, who went to Paupack as well. But for you, I'm sure you want to make this senior year pretty darn special.
Definitely.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you're doing this year with that 8-0 start.
I think, we have a lot of young players coming in off. Really, we have 2 freshmen starting, and then Sarah, Bridgette, and I returning, and also Denise Drizzer returning, who we really play in the front court really. And I think that we're just still trying to gel, and we have a great opportunity this weekend, and then this whole month that we're off from school to really build our chemistry and just know what each other's doing all the time on the court, so we don't have to guess, and we just know where we're gonna be.
You got a little bit of Coach Woodruff last year. Of course, I'm sure he's turned up the heat a little bit, which what a good coach does to get a little more out of you. Talk about how intense maybe the practices are to try to reach that potential.
Yeah, he's definitely turned up the heat. Coach Woodruff has always been very intense. So I feel like we're just seeing it. We're just still seeing it. It's pretty consistent. But yeah, I mean, he's always going to make us better. He won't let us get away with any little things. So whatever we mess up in practice, it might be the tiniest thing. He might freak out on it, but that's just how it is, and that's how he makes it such a great team. He's such a great coach.
And we talk about those freshmen that came in. What's it like bringing them kind of under your wing? I know it's still early, that first semester, but Coach talking a little bit about getting the job in the classroom so far as well. And the young lady from Hazleton area really has done that, and she's a special young lady in Mackenzie Yorey.
Yeah, definitely, Max. She's a great kid. She had a great GPA as well this semester, and she works hard every day, and she's a great defender, also great scorer. And she's been a pleasure to play with and just have as a friend as well.
How about for you, things you worked on in the off season? I mean, here you are, a preseason All-American, but there's still some things that you want to work on. What were some things that you kind of focused on?
Probably, I want to say I have to see the ball in defense. Defense was never really one of my strong places, but definitely I just want to work hard all the time on defense and just be there for help and make sure my girl doesn't get the ball inside the post easy or from the top, and really just finish all of my opportunities when my teammates passing the ball.
Well, nice to have a little family come in and check out the games this weekend. Of course, should be a great atmosphere. Alexis, we're rooting for you, and go get them, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to move along to Bridgette Mann, who's also a member of this squad. She's a 5'6" sophomore, and Bridgette, welcome into the show here this morning, and let's talk about how you're playing right now.
All right, thanks for having me.
Well, what about your game right now? Tell us what's going well.
I would definitely say that it's not just my game or anyone in particular. I think all of us together, we all work hard, and each and every game we're going in with an attitude of, we have to prove that we're the best people in the gym, and we're just going in and giving it all we have, and I think everyone's playing great.
And you needed some help this year with the graduation of some talented players, so you brought in some freshmen. What do you like about these freshmen that have come in?
They're all great. They're great kids. I would definitely say the best thing about them is they work their butts off, and it's great. It's great to have girls come in who want to learn, and they're eager to get on the floor, and they all just work so hard.
It's nice having two players around you that could do great things. Talk a little bit about Alexix and Sarah, who we'll talk to Sarah in a couple of minutes, but tell us what it's like to play with those two.
It's great. They're two of my best friends, and I think of them as family, and to be able to play on the court with them, honestly, is an honor because they're two terrific players, and, they're just great teammates and leaders, and, it's almost like depressing the more games we play because it means the less time we have with them.
You're trying to soak it all up the best you could.
Yeah.
How about these holiday times? And, of course, there's a basketball family. There's a family at home. Tell us a little bit about, what it's going to be like to maybe step away from basketball for a little bit and kind of, get a little of that family time in.
It's definitely going to be nice. I'm excited to, go and see my family and everything. But I'm definitely going to be thinking about the team and basketball the whole time, though, too, because even when we're off, we still have plans to, we have goals that we set this season, and we're going to try our best to reach them. And, for me, I'm going to definitely be thinking a lot about that.
Bridgette, it's nice, I guess, when you're not too far from home to get some of that local support. What's it like hopefully getting some of that support this weekend at the Long Center to root you on?
It's going to be great. I mean, I'm hoping we get a good turnout and everything, and a lot of people can come out and watch. But at the same time, no matter who's there, we have to stay composed and, stay focused. And our number one priority right now is Washington and Lee and getting a big win on them.
All right, well, we wish you well, and we appreciate your time. We're going to move along to Sarah Payonk, okay? So thank you, Bridgette.
All right, thank you.
Okay, let's continue the conversation here. The University of Scranton women's basketball team, they're playing tonight, the Hilton Scranton Poinsettia Classic. Let's welcome in now Sarah Payonk, a senior, 6 foot in height, and a big player, that's for sure. And, Sarah, you're playing pretty well, and things are going great, 8-0, but I'm sure there's still some improvements that you want to make. What are some things that you saw so far early on? You're saying, okay, we still got to get better at this.
I think if you look, especially at our defense, I think every game we're getting better as a team, and we're kind of working on little things that we need to do better. And I don't think there's anything major that we're not doing well, but I think that we just have to keep stressing the little things and making them habit. And the more we do that, the better we'll be as a team, both offensively and defensively.
Talk about your teammate down there, Alexix. What's it like to play with her? And I'm sure she does a lot well. She's focused. She said a couple things she thinks she needs to improve on. How about your game as far as between the two of you? Coach said that basically you complement each other so well. It's kind of like a perfect match, a set of players.
Yeah, I'm beyond blessed to get to play with Alexix for the past 4 years. I feel like we just have such great chemistry as players. I always know where she's going to be. She kind of knows where I am, and I think that that kind of allows us to complement each other well because we kind of read each other pretty well as players. And her strengths are probably my weaknesses, and my strengths probably are hers. She has a really great inside game, and I kind of focus more in the high post, so we kind of both have our areas, and we know where to feed each other in each of them. I think as far as things I need to be working on, definitely need to improve on my post game and making smarter decisions with the basketball, and just I guess trying to be a good distributor to my teammates.
We're talking with Sarah Payonk from the University of Scranton, doing what she could to make sure that it's a successful season. It's been perfect so far at 8-0. The competition coming from all over the place, as Coach Woodruff said earlier. What are you looking forward to this weekend with some of these teams that you're going to play?
I think that it's always great just to, first of all, have a game because having that competition, it's why we're here. It's why we play. So it's exciting definitely to be able to play 2 games this weekend and two great teams. I think we have a lot of great competition in our tournament, and our number one priority is just getting a good win against Washington and Lee, and playing the best game we can today, and then hopefully getting the win and moving on to tomorrow. But definitely a lot of basketball to play this weekend.
Well, Sarah, we wish you the best. Appreciate all you ladies joining us this morning, and enjoy the weekend, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, Sarah Payonk, Bridgette Mann, of course, Alexix Roman. The Hilton Scranton Poinsettia Classic happens at the Long Center this evening and again tomorrow. So looking forward to some great basketball action. Stop in. Of course, be careful on the roads today. And we're going to have more basketball we're going to be talking about here on the John Mendola Show. I want to thank our friends at Mendocino's Pizza and Restaurante, located in Daleville. We come back, we'll talk Hazleton area basketball. Also going to talk a little Delaware Valley football. Brian Shore, what a game he had last night. We'll talk with his high school coach when we return. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Jen Ricky Loophole Break. Like your good neighbor, Jen Ricky Loophole is there. We'll be back here in WILK.